How's it going, gamers? It's me, Video Gamer Did again, and welcome to Attack on Titan in Dead Episode 3, released on Friday. And today, we're gonna do a live commentary of this one, because I want you guys to, like while I'm doing this, I want you guys to understand on, how many times I'm gonna be pressing these keys out of desperateness, or if I'm doing it out of focusing on the game and where I'm going. So there are two ways on the maneuver gear. Forgot to mention that this episode is about the maneuver gear. So there are two ways to use the maneuver gear, in the former fashion of being desperate, or in the form of focusing and knowing where you're going. So what you're seeing is me focusing on where I'm going. I know where I am, and I know where I'm aiming. I'm not panicking about anything. I know where I'm going. And I'm just sitting here waiting for the time. Alright, here we go. Yeah, I'm not panicking or anything, and then, sooner or later, I'm just gonna cut out some scene, and then we're gonna go back to some footage, and I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like to panic with the maneuver gear. So what you're seeing right now is me focusing on it. Now, to some of you guys who are professionals at the game, this may not look like I'm focusing much, but believe me, I am. Not to sound like an asshole, but I'm pretty good at the game too. Dicks. But yeah, what you're seeing here is me focusing. I'm not panicking or anything. I know where I'm going. And yeah, that's pretty much it, and I died. But yeah, we're gonna continue on with the focusing on the movie gear while we're talking about it. If I take some pauses or anything, don't blame me. I'm trying to focus right now, as I said, on focusing. And then later on, you're gonna see me panicking where I'm not even trying it hard anymore. But yeah, with the maneuver gear is an important piece of equipment in the TV show anime Attack on Titan. And in the game, it is your best friend. Literally. Because what you use to your advantage when using the maneuver gear is not only do you get around fast, but you also can use it to avoid a Titan's attack, obviously. Now, in most of my gameplays, if you're pretty new to the channel, if you're not new to the channel, you would know that normally I wouldn't use my maneuver gear to avoid. That's because it is a pretty small Titan. Not as much as big. Not as much as big, but if it's a small Titan, I'll use a control key, the left control key, to avoid. And wherever you're going, it'll go in that opposite direction. For example, I'm going to the right, it's going to the left. Well, for some reason it didn't do that there, but either way, I only use that technique when avoiding small Titan attacks. While for big Titans, I would use the maneuver gear to my advantage, because it just seems irrelevant to do that. Because if you don't do that, control key isn't really going to be your best friend. When it comes to abnormal Titans, though, as you see there, it was pretty clear that I was using the control key, but that's because, it was a small Titan. Plus, the control key was invented just for the aberrants as well, not as much as just for doing it to avoid any Titan. But, maneuver gear, pretty worthless to the crawler. Well, I shouldn't say, worthless to the crawler. I mean, without the maneuver gear, how would you kill Titans anyways? It just seems to make sense. Anyways. But when it comes to the crawlers, maneuver gear is something desperate. Here, let me get to the crawler, if I can find it. But when it comes to the crawlers, some people are like, oh, I can kill Titans without maneuver gear. That's possible on their size and how high you can jump. But when it comes to the crawlers, it's pretty much impossible to do it without your maneuver gear. So here's what you can do with your maneuver gear if you're trying to kill a crawler. You hang up onto a wall. On Forest, it's a test of luck. But if it's big, it's pretty easy. If it's small, easy. But that depends on how much on luck, because as you can see, the crawler is not moving that much, and sometimes the crawler will act all like it's on high on crack and everything. But maneuver gear is pretty much a must-have. Without it, the Recon Corps or pretty much anybody in Attack on Titan cannot avoid a crawler. More or less even avoid a Titan without it. Of course, that kind of crap happens. Alright, so we'll be right back when I get to the panicking after I die. But what you just saw was the focusing, where I was using my actual brain in a video game to know where I'm going and to focus on what I'm going to use to my advantage. And then after we focus on the panicking, we're going to go on to like how the maneuver gear works, the strings, its distance, and the gas. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. And we're back, and the gameplay you're going to be seeing now is me live doing the panic maneuver gear, where I don't know what I'm doing. I'm freaking out. I'm constantly using the Q and E keys, not using as much as just a singular to my advantage, where I'm just constantly just pressing the keys as much as I can. But yeah, if I were like new to the game, the panicking would look so much more better. But since I've been like playing this game since like the Levi update, it's kind of hard for me to panic. But also, along with the panic, using the panic fashion, the way you use your swords, also like you wouldn't do something like holding your swords. You would just constantly press them and 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 press them until you just kill the Titan or die. So yeah. But yeah, the panic fashion isn't really something anybody would recommend in general. And you also won't be using the special that much. That was more of a focus kill, my bad. But yeah, you wouldn't be using your special as much as of more of using just the regular swords, rapidly clicking them. Also, you wouldn't do a control key, you would just like fly away as usual. So that was another focus kill comparison to just a simple, just standard, just focusing and trying to kill a Titan. Compared to the panic, you're pretty much just trying too hard. You're not like trying to focus on a Titan and getting to their neck. Also with the crawlers, you don't know what you're doing with the crawlers, and as Mikasa, you would even die trying to kill the crawler with Mikasa. As you saw there, I was just constantly swiping and just pressing Q and E at the same time, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, not really trying anything, pretty much. Basically what you're doing is just you're being careless, that's all, pretty much. So yeah, if you're like doing like what you're saying here is, and you feel like that you're playing the same way, and you feel like that you like just need to change your ways, just play on practice or tutorial, I believe, I don't know, but yeah, try doing that and try like not press the maneuver gear keys all that much, because believe me, in multiplayer that's not gonna get you saved anytime soon. Alright, so when I get back into my focusing game, I will see you guys back to talk about the swords and the strings itself. We're back, and what we're going to do now is going to be going over the strings in the gas. So first off, we're going to be talking about the strings. Now the strings are probably what's most important in the game. Thinking it's about the swords, well no, it's about the strings and where you aim them. So as you can see there, I'm probably going to edit this and zoom in on the target indicator. Your target indicator is pretty much where your strings are going to go. Sometimes it'll screw up and won't go exactly like what you saw there. But yeah, that's something I realize. That sometimes like wherever you aim isn't going to be where you exactly aimed. So yeah, and the distance on the strings is actually really even more interesting, because like for example, let me kill this Titan first. I mean, on this distance, how could it not get there? But if I try aiming there, it makes it. So what is the distance of the strings? It can't reach there, which, believe me, is pretty goddamn far. But could it, if we go back a little, do you think we can make the Titan? Nope. But here we can make the Titan. So the strings distance is medium to short to medium range, and I highly doubt that each character has a different string distance. But as you're running low on gas, which we'll get back to in a minute, as you're running low on gas, it lowers the distance of where your strings can go. And at the beginning, your strings distance may not be as accurate, but like as you're playing the game more and using the strings more, the strings become longer and longer until you die again or start over, and the strings are just short again. But yeah, when my gas is shortened, I will come back and show you how the strings distance at shooting is shortened. And we're back, and I just spun around that building over there. But yeah, just to waste my gas while pressing the shift key, which we'll go over in just a minute. But as you can see, I depleted most of my gas. Let's just get rid of a little bit more, and then we'll be prepared to talk about its length now, even with the gas depleted. Okay, now we should fall and we should lose a lot more gas. Okay, there. So we depleted most of our gas, and if I'm correct, the range should be decreased. So how about we go over here where originally you probably or probably not could shoot this. Now originally you would be able to shoot that with gas, but yeah, the length is shortened because there's not enough energy for it to shoot. And here, let's go a little bit farther. I'm not surprised I could shoot there. Let's see if it can even shoot there now with so little gas left. Okay, so I don't know if it's actually true or not, if the range will be depleted. For me, it feels like it's true, but like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's true. Yeah, originally you would probably be able to make that with gas. Now, if you go back here, we probably or probably not would be able to shoot there. We probably could, who knows. We probably wouldn't. And if we shoot there, we just barely make it. We just shoot and it just depleted. But if we shoot again, it will make it. But yeah, the gas is almost out. Now, as you can see, it barely even made that one. We just got lucky. And as you can see, the strings even look thinner because of energy purposes. So we'll be right back when I get more gas, and voila. So we have more gas now to use to our advantage. And when I say use to our advantage, if you're new to Attack on Titan, the game and show in general, you probably wouldn't know about like the white gas. You probably see smoke and you're just thinking that it's just clouds following me because I'm going really fast. No, that's because I am pressing the shift key. When you're holding down on the shift key, some people will use it just to speed themselves up. Some people use it because like you get more movement freedom in the air, but I use it for both those reasons because that's how they're supposed to be used. They're not just used for one reason. They're used for both of those for just two reasons: more freedom of movement and freedom of speed, pretty much. Because if you didn't know, before you would go really slow. As you can see here, I'm just going really slow. And it's also used to turn sharp corners. So as we're comparing it to turning this corner, or here, let me get somewhere else if I don't die. As you see, that turning that corner wasn't as clean, but if you use the strings, turning the corner isn't much of a problem. In fact, it makes it easier when you're trying to run away from a Titan or getting to a Titan, or just getting around to places. You can also use it to get to rooftops, and before a Titan realizes you're there, you can use it to quickly get over there before it has a realization of you being there. But yeah, you can also use it because like without this ability, getting to the Titan's neck would be hard. And if they're like turning on you, they constantly keep on turning. You can use that ability to like just move around. Because without it, let me get this Titan's attention and use no gas compared to with gas. So yes, all right. So I got his attention. And if I use the maneuver gear without gas, it would probably take me a while to get there. But with gas, I'm having no struggle. Well, I am having a struggle now, but with gas, I can get to his neck immediately without having to worry about it. As you can see, I just turned that corner as well. But yeah, in some situations though, in some situations I wouldn't really as much as recommend using the gas sometimes, because like if you're going around the world, like sometimes trying to get to a Titan's neck, like that, like something like that might happen, and sometimes it'll go way out of control that you can't get to the Titan's neck. So every once in a while, like, don't use it sometimes. And sometimes you might overwhelm yourself with speed, and like there, see, I would have overwhelmed my speed, and sometimes overwhelming can get you saved, and sometimes it can't. In the real future, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, but to me, the real future is just a fucking lie. They say it's real, but I don't know. I just think it's fake. I don't know. It just seems like something people use as a placebo or something like that. But yeah, this is a pretty long video, so I would appreciate, and it took me a while to also record, so I would appreciate it if you guys like, favorite, and subscribe. If you just like the video, I don't give a shit. You suck anyways for hating on me. If you are hating on me, I'm supposing. But yeah, if you're hating on me, you suck dick. And for those of you who like me, you're awesome. And I will see you guys next time. Peace. Keep on gaming, guys.